Mom used to tell me to stop when I got to the curb, slow down. Cars are coming fast now, so when I walk I always hear her in the background. These memories are really all I've known, so if I had a genie I would wish to go back home.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back with episode 10 of the Tennessee Titans Connected Careers. Week 8 going up against the Indianapolis Colts. And this is going to end up being a pretty good game. The Colts actually would fight pretty hard in this game, surprisingly, as they were cell dwellers at the point of this commentary in this Connected Careers. But I'm going to actually take this commentary opportunity, at least for the first part of it, and kind of talk to you guys about some of the off-the-field stuff that I've been doing with this team. By that I mean contract extensions, player progression, scouting, signings, such like that. So, to start out, I'll start with signings because there really hasn't been too many of those. The only signings I really made were Sean Merriman in the preseason, which I showed you before. Thomas Jones, who I ended up cutting because he was old and slow and wasn't getting the job done. I obviously did the Toby Gerhart trade, and I actually, as I showed you in the last episode, signed Adam Pac-Man Jones, who used to be on the Titans and is now on the Titans once again in this Connected Careers. As for player progression, not really much to report on. A lot of the offensive linemen I'm going for run blocking, especially on the right side, because I like to run the ball to the right side. But for the offensive linemen, I'm really trying to improve their run blocking. A lot of them are pass blockers like Steve Hutchinson and Michael Roos. I can't really pronounce that. I'm not even I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway, so I've been trying to get the offensive linemen's run blocking up. For Jake Locker and Jared Cook, I'm going to try and save up for the quick development package. It's 50,000 XP, which is going to take a while. But if I really want Jake Locker to be my quarterback for the future, I want to save up his XP so I can get the quick development package. That way he'll get XP even faster than he has in the past, and it should end up paying for itself eventually if you think about it. So I'm going to try and save up for a couple guys for the quick development package, really guys who I want to be a part of this team for a long time. I'm considering doing it with Kendall Wright, not 100% sure yet. But anyway, with Nate Washington out, this would really be Kendall Wright's opportunity to step up for this team, try to show why he should be the future of this team. But you can see there Chris Johnson's going to end up fumbling, and Pat Anger is going to recover it. So tough situation there. Turnovers, as always, really costing us. But anyway, so that's really what I'm doing for player progression. For main points, just Jared Cook, Jake Locker trying to save up for the quick development package. The rest of the guys, I'm trying to get a lot of my defensive back zone coverage up. I really want to get that up, because I really run a lot of zone defenses. Same for linebackers. For the defensive line, I'm trying to get all their block shedding up, because I really like to shed blocks and try to get good tackles up. I always try to get my linebackers and anyone on my defense, I try to get their tackle up if I can too. So, because I really want to. I don't really care if you get 2 or 3 yards. I just want to avoid giving up 4 or 5 yards. So that's really what I like to do with my defensive player progression. I haven't really touched my wide receivers too much, just because Kenny Britt hasn't really gotten too much XP because he's been really having a poor year so far. I can't remember what I did with Nate Washington. I imagine I upgraded his catch. I think I upgraded his catch in traffic maybe. Kendall Wright, I haven't done much. Jared Cook, as I mentioned before, trying to save up the big development trait one. As for Chris Johnson, I'm trying to get his trucking and his break tackle up to try and shape him into a little bit more of an all-around back. And that's pretty much what I've been working on for the player progression. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you guys in the comments, or I'll mention it in the next episode. But as for re-signings, I've pretty much tried to keep the same group of guys intact. Now, it's a little bit of I don't know, it's kind of a win-loss in a way that I've re-signed a couple veterans, but that's really just going to prolong the fact that we are going to need to replace guys at a certain point. We have really old veterans like Rob Baronis, Steve Hutchinson, Will Witherspoon, who we gave a contract extension. I think Cameron Wimbley's a pretty old dude too, so Dave Ball's pretty old. So we have a lot of defensive positions that we're going to need to replace in a few years, which is why we're going to have to rebuild through the draft for the defensive line, as well as just most of the defense. As for the offensive side, we haven't had too many players who we've had to re-sign. I can't really think of any in particular. I think we gave Michael Roos a contract extension for a couple years. But I also gave Michael Griffin a 5-year contract extension because I really want him to be around for a while. He's 27, so that would put him up to about 32, which is right around the time where he would probably kind of really start to decline. So I'm excited for him to come back and stay around for a couple years. And who else did we re-sign? I know I gave Will Witherspoon I think I gave him like a 3-year extension. I gave Gerald McGrath a 3-year extension. I was not I was a little bit hesitant just because he's like the backup right outside linebacker, and we already re-signed Witherspoon, but I really like the linebacking core we have now. Colin McCarthy, Zach Dials, Will Witherspoon, Gerald McGrath, Akeem Ayers. So I really like Akeem Ayers. I'm going to build into the future of this team, at least this defense, because I really like Akeem Ayers. He was so good at UCLA. I love Akeem Ayers. Anyway, and I believe Javon Ringer's contract was up too. I think I let him walk because I'm going to look for another backup running back. It's not that Javon Ringer hasn't been getting the job done. It's just that I want to explore other options, and if we have to, we can give him a contract offer in free agency. But I don't know, I just kind of want to explore some options at running back, maybe draft somebody. I really wish you could import draft classes in this Connected Careers. I guess we'll have to wait till probably next year they'll have it, but it'd be really cool because I like playing with a lot of the young rookies and stuff. I'd probably try to draft like maybe not a Monty Ball, but I know he's not really a high draft prospect. I would try to draft like a 4th or 5th round running back. Probably, yeah, maybe Monty Ball. I don't know. I don't really know what his draft prospect status is, but I know like Marcus Lattimore and Le'Veon Bell are pretty high up there. Well, I'm not really too high on Marcus Lattimore, but that's besides the point of this commentary because this is Madden, not NCAA. But anyway, Andrew Luck there is going to run this one into the end zone for a touchdown. They actually go up 17-14. Now, as for scouting, I've looked at defensive backs a lot, although Jason McCourty is having a Pro Bowl year, so that's not as much of a hole as I thought it would be. I do like, what's his name? And I can never remember his first name. It's like Antoine Werner. So I really like them for now. I believe Jordan Babino is pretty old, so we're going to have to replace him eventually, so we can look at safeties. But I like where our linebacking core and our defensive line is. Well, as we get later into the season, I'll probably start to look at defensive linemen, especially defensive ends, to replace Kamarion Wembley and Dave Ball as they get a little bit older. But we'll see, because I would like to have guys come in and then sit on the bench for a year or two to let them develop a little bit, get their snaps, just get a few, a little bit extra XP, and I almost said a little extra XP, and then come in and be ready as starters. As for offense, I think I'll talk about this in a sec, actually, because it's kind of a big topic, but I've looked at a couple halfbacks just to see if we could get a nice power back. I've been thinking about replacing Toby Gerhart, although you'll see next week he actually goes off. It is insane. So we'll see about that one. We'll think about drafting a running back maybe in the last couple rounds. I don't know. It really depends, but we don't really need a quarterback. Don't need a tight end. We could use a backup tight end. Craig Stevens isn't that great, but anyway. So what I was saying about wide receivers is I am contemplating trading Kenny Britt in the offseason just because he has not been that big of a piece of an offense as I'd like him to be. He's an 88 overall. He's definitely tradable. We could either get another top wide receiver or get an extra draft pick or two and maybe try to draft a wide receiver. I don't know. Haven't really thought about it too hard. But anyway, I really haven't talked about the gameplay all game today, which is kind of stupid, but we're up 24-17 there, as you guys can see. If you had been paying attention to the gameplay, you could see the Colts have really put up a strong fight against us, especially at LP Field. Really, we did not expect this, but Luck's going to air it out deep, and he's going to find Mike Williams, who had recently been cut by the Seattle Seahawks, and now he ends up making a big catch there, but on 3rd and 1, Donald Brown's going to get stopped. So 4th and 1, ball on the 16, 24-17. And let's see if they go for it. It is 4-down territory for them, so they're going to end up going for it. 4th and 1, Luck under center is going to pitch it to Brown. He's going to be stopped. So with 3 timeouts left, the Colts are going to need a big stop here. It's all down to Chris Johnson in this running game. However, Locker's going to drop back, find Jared Cook, who's going to break a tackle and fumble. Oh, no. Dwight Freeney on the recovery, and just like that, the Colts are right back in this game. Incredible play there. Wow, just Jared Cook feeling like the lowest person in the world right now, and you can see here Andrew Luck's gonna hit AJ Jenkins. That's gonna set up a 3rd and inches, ball on the 20-yard line. Luck drops back out of the shotgun formation. He's gonna try to run and end up getting sacked. Loss of 4 on the play. 4th and 4, no huddle. Game on the line here. They still have 3 timeouts. They can get the ball back, but this is a big play here. Great field position. They need to score. Looking, and is almost intercepted by Tommy Campbell, but it would end up being a turnover on downs. So we get the ball back. And you can see Chuck Pagano chewing out his young quarterback there, Andrew Luck. But we would end up winning this game 24-17. Or we might have tacked on a field goal at the end. I can't quite remember. So I think we might have actually won 27-17. Can't quite remember. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please thumbs it up and subscribe if you want to see more Madden 13 videos like these. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'm out. Peace. And it was 24-17. Okay. Peace.